Hello, I'm Franklin Marshall III.
And this is Cyrus, and this is the podcast where we interview people with podcasts.
We are. How
we
you
are.
doing? How you doing?
We're good.
Yeah.
I'll start with this one. Actually, this is a fun, light one. So the Merriam-Webster dictionary is adding pumpkin spice as a new word in the dictionary.
That's not a word already?
Yeah, that's what I said. How was that not already? That was already in the dictionary.
So it's pumpkin and spice together?
I guess. I didn't understand it.
Why not just add hot chocolate ice cream? Which makes no sense because it's a contradiction. What's the difference between hot chocolate ice cream and chocolate ice cream? Nothing. It's just chocolate ice cream. It's not hot because it's cold. So pumpkin spice makes no sense. Is it a hyphenated?
No, just pumpkin spice.
As one word.
Yeah.
And they added it.
Feels racist, honestly.
How's that even?
I don't know. It feels racially motivated.
That's, I don't know why.
Something's off about this. I don't like it.
You have like a condition where you correlate unrelated things to each other. Like what? All right.
You just don't see. You don't see the strings in the matrix.
All right. Let me. I'm gonna say a word, and I want to hear what you correlate that to. Strawberry milkshake.
Glasses.
What?
You put glasses. You put a glass in a milkshake in a glass.
Oh, glass. I thought you meant like glasses.
Well, multiple milkshakes.
Root beer float.
The 50s.
What?
The 50s.
Why?
That's when they had who in modern society eats a root beer float?
Okay. Bump.
Thud.
Cocaine.
A good time.
Thruple.
This is what the devil wants. Satan.
Do you know what a thruple is?
Is it a polyamorous three-way couple?
What's polyamory? What's that mean?
Oh, I know nothing about polyamory. I
You-
had the whole internet talk to me about it.
Is that so?
I made fun of a polyamorous couple.
Well, what does it
happening.
mean?
It's when one person has a relationship with multiple people.
How many people?
Well, the thing of thruple is three like a three parties.
Yeah, I think a thruple is like a orgy, but long term.
It's a three-way, but long term. I think
Isn't that an orgy?
You have to get to four to an orgy.
You're kidding?
Yeah,
Is that real?
100%. It's
Four people for an orgy?
Yeah, because three is a three-way.
This
Four
whole
is an
time,
orgy.
my whole life, I've been thinking I've been having orgies. Three people.
Who are the other people?
Just, anytime I'm with two other people, I say, it looks like we're having an orgy. And they're like,
Wrong. It's
Yeah,
wrong for two reasons.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
no sex and there's
yeah,
there's
but I
not
take
four
it as
people.
one, It's a little notch off the belt.
Yeah, that's good.
But really, so a poly is more than one?
Yeah, more than one.
What does a pansexual mean?
I don't know. That's a great
Okay.
question.
Because, I seen that a lot.
One thing to poly, which I always think is funny, I'm always, what cracks me up is when there's ugly polyamorous people. It's like bold of you to assume more than one person.
That's such a relative thing, though.
Yeah.
Some people think I'm ugly, but other people think I'm quite beautiful. Even one person said, "You're a majestic being." And I said, "Thank you."
Yeah.
I said, "You want to make out?" And they're like, "It's not that majestic."
You'll
Yeah.
get there one day.
Thank you.
You've turned down women, Franklin.
That's not, never, no.
I have one more story before we move on.
Okay.
This was a good story I should have done.
You should have done?
Nigeria seized donkey penises to be smuggled to Hong Kong. So a sack of donkey male genitalia were seized at the international airport in Lagos. That's Nigeria's largest city. They were caught because the consignment was falsely declared as cow male genitalia, but after due examination, experts determined that they were donkey genitals.
What? Wait, so they tried to smuggle
Donkey dicks
dicks
as cow dicks.
as cow.
And it was fine. The cow dicks would have made it through customs.
Why is cow dick better than a donkey
That's a
dick?
great question.
What if it's a human dick?
There's an inspector like, hey man, those aren't cow dicks. Those are donkey dicks.
Well,
what are you doing here, sir?
But hold on. There's a lot to unpack here. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But so they're going through customs.
Yeah.
And they're doing the thing, the X-ray, and the X-ray guy's going, "Wow, that's a lot of dick."
Yeah.
But like, there's no metal, so what's the problem?
Well, the guy's like, hey man, you can't transport all that dick. There's like, oh, I have a bill, but it's cow dick.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
You can't transport all that dick.
All that dick.
I think that's been said to a couple.
Not me. But somebody's been,
I think
told to
that's
somebody.
like something that goes around Vegas a lot. Like, sir, you can't transport all that dick
No.
here.
Well,
Well,
the funny thing is, they said it was cow dicks, and someone's like, hey man, that's a donkey dick. You can't take the donkey dicks.
how'd they determine if it was a donkey or a cow
An
dick?
expert determined it. There's a dick expert at the airport in Lagos.
Can you
Nigeria.
transport human dick?
Probably not. It has to be attached to the human, I think.
Why? So what kind of dick can you transport?
Apparently, cow would have made it through.
But are there others?
I don't know.
Cow.
Real question is, what are you gonna do with 50 donkey dicks, and why'd you have to smuggle them?
Yeah, and like, were they preserved? Well,
I mean,
how
preserve
many
all of them.
donkey dicks we talking?
That's a great question. I think it was like 50 pounds or something, or
Well, that could be one. Depends on the donkey, doesn't it?
16 sacks.
Like ball sacks?
Like a sacks, like a Santa sack.
Is that like a thing? People are selling donkey dicks on the black market?
Apparently.
Brings me to my next question, black market. So I keep hearing about there's another part of the internets, and it's called the dark web.
Yeah, you're about like
Can
10
you-
years late to that party.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, enlighten me. What is the dark web, and where do I find it? How can I get there?
I don't know how to get there, but it's everything that's on the light web.
But like, what's there? Like, why do people go there?
you don't want to know.
Well, what do you suspect it would be like? Like, for example, like, is it a place where aliens go? Because it's like, no?
It's more like Jeffrey Epstein's go.
Who's that, an alien?
he was out of this world. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes there?
I'm sure he went there actually. Yeah.
Who else goes there?
There's drug dealers go there. People who like to watch videos of people getting killed go there.
That's what, and this, what?
Yeah.
That's a horrible,
Yeah, it's the dark web. What do you think is going to happen?
it's like Mordor.
Yeah,
I
it's like
guess.
Mordor. It's
Yeah,
the
it's
Mordor of the
Mordor
internet. Which is a lot to say because the internet is pretty much like Mordor.
That's
So,
wild, yeah.
Imagine if Mordor had a Mordor, and that's the dark
Do you
web.
think that's where Tom from MySpace is now?
No, Tom's in MySpace in like internet heaven. He's in the happy place.
Oh, okay.
he ascended to the good place.
I miss that guy. What happened to him?
You know what? I have a theory about MySpace.
Go on.
MySpace, it was a bedrock of the emo community.
It really was.
Yeah, and what people don't know is that I learned this from TikTok. Black people loved emo music. They didn't talk about it, but they loved it. And emo music had the power to unite white people and black, unite all the races. The government feared that power, so that's why they released Mark Zuckerberg, the android, to make Facebook, to destroy MySpace and destroy the emo movement.
All right, let's rewind there just for a second.
Yeah.
You got this information from TikTok.
I got this information from a dream I had. That's where I got it from. It was an ethereal message from another plane,
All right.
which is the best, most accurate source to my dreams. I find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you more nightmare or a dream guy?
Yeah,
kinda guy?
mostly dreams, honestly.
Yeah. I don't have many dreams.
But sad.
Yeah. I mean, I had a dream.
Yeah.
I dreamt a dream to live it, but it's turned out to be a nightmare.
Yeah. That's the thing about dreams. They're also nightmares. Nightmares are also dreams.
Well, it's kind of, it brings me to something I was thinking about today. Life is kind of like a school test, right? And the teacher, God, gives out this test. And everybody, feels different about this. Some studied, some cheat, right? Some get ahead, some, skip the test, right? And I'm kind of feel like I'm the guy who needs extra time, like a lot of extra time.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's available.
I could see you wearing a helmet in this classroom.
Why? There's no football there.
Like
Brings me to my next
and like a short bus too.
brings me to my next question about. I hear people are playing a new fantasy game, fantasy football. But like,
That's not new.
So
That's
if-
like 10 years old.
oh, well, like, what do you play and what character are you playing as? Like, do you pick wizard, or I know you like unicorns, so like, are you a unicorn, elf, or a wizard, and like what? Oh, I got backside to this one.
I'm glad you wrote extra on this one. That was good.
Oh, I just wrote, how's it all work? Like, how's it all, like, what? Where do you play it? Is it in the meta?
It's on the internet, the light web, not the dark web.
Okay. And
Yeah.
and like, are there, like, how do you do it? Characters fighting each other over a football? Like, is it like a bunch of Gandalfs against a bunch of elves playing football?
No, I think you're getting like confused with a couple different things. Like it's more like you know how there's football, the game, American football on
Soccer.
television. No, American football,
Okay, yeah.
not the communist one, the American one.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you pick players and you make your own fake team and you get points, and you guys you go against your friends.
I don't understand. You make your fake a team
Yeah,
with wizards and elves, and then you name it a real team like the Giants
you could do that if you wanted.
or like the Chiefs,
No, you pick players, they're real football players, and they're on your team.
but they're not real. They're in a fantasy.
Well, they're real in real life, and then they're in a fantasy. Your team's the fantasy.
But I thought the team's real.
I mean, it's real in the fantasy league.
So like you make a fake team
Yeah.
with real players.
Yes.
Do the real players know they're on your fake team?
No. They're just playing. They're just in their own world.
So like they're not really about teamwork then, are they? That's more like an I in team. More like a team.
Time. Yeah.
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 That's not really like a team.
There's-
Do you play the?
I've played it before in the past.
Have you won?
No, I didn't win.
Huh?
Too many eyes on my team.
Too many eyes. I can see that for
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, you learned something.
I have a fantasy theme. Question for you.
Oh, go on.
Let's say you were living in the Game of Thrones universe.
Yes.
Which religion would you practice? Because they
What-
have like the religion of the seven, right? Then there's like the old gods. Then there's like the Lord of the Light.
Well, maybe I need a little knowledge here.
Okay.
Can you give me like a log line to each religion?
Yeah, there was the Starks. Remember those guys? They were the
I
old
like
gods.
them.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
old gods. Those woods. They would
Yeah.
worship those little wood trees.
Yeah, I like that.
Then there's the Lord of the Light, which was that hot red mage that brought.
Ooh, I liked her, but she turned old and that got creepy.
Yeah, so she's the Lord of the Light.
I couldn't decide like if she hot or old or young. You know.
Yeah,
I think old because like
she was old.
I like the baggy
I
skin.
mean, here's the thing. Like, let's say she's old, but she looks like that. Doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. I would love it if she changed. You know, like you're doing it, and she's like, "I'm gonna change now," and it's like, "Oh, this is exciting."
You look kind of similar.
It's kind of like a orgy,
She's kind of like
an
you.
orgy with one person.
She's like old, but she looks young, kind of like you. She's
Thank you.
old, or like whatever.
Yeah, that's nice of you to say.
Yeah.
Um,
There's her, and then there's like the seven, which is remember that guy who made Cersei do the walk of shame. He was the seven.
shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that seems aggressive, so I wouldn't do that. It's more like a cult than
Yeah.
a religion.
Yeah.
And the Starks, they worship wood.
Yeah.
That seems a little, you know.
Yeah. It's a little.
I don't know if I could worship wood, but I respect wood.
Yeah.
So I would go with the Starks.
Yeah.
Wha-
Oh,
wha-
no, I mean the Starks are the wood worshippers.
Yeah, I would go with that.
Good. I respect that.
Yeah, what would you do?
You know what? I also like the old gods and the wood trees.
You can't pick the same as me.
I picked it.
All right. Well, why would you pick that one?
I like the trees. They look nice. They look peaceful. It's like hiking the
Well, that's
wilderness.
interesting.
I like the worst one is the seven
Yeah,
because it's like what are they?
it's a cult.
There's no magic.
Yeah.
There's no magical accomplishments. They've done no miracles. No one gets brought back to life.
Yeah,
It's just
like being Catholic.
yeah. That's pretty much that it is.
Yeah.
It's all the guilt, none the miracles.
How many times a week do you clean your sheets?
Once every 2 weeks.
Is that
So
normal?
once every 14 days,
Is that the rule?
that's what I do. Yeah. How
Don't-
many how many sheets times do you clean it? Unless I have sex or something, then I change it.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah.
Really with myself. But if you like could have sheets that you never cleaned, like why don't they do that?
That's a great idea.
You know, like sheets you never clean.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
You know, you never have, or like clothes you never. I would wear one pair. Well, I do.
Yeah. I think you already have clothes that you
Yeah,
never
I
clean.
don't-
Actually, this
It's
is
really true, and I don't clean them.
Yeah, maybe
I
you should
don't-
patent those and try to sell them.
Maybe I will. Oh, I wanted not to do question. I had some facts.
Oh, yeah, give me some facts.
Oh, I have good ones. These are unicorn facts,
Ooh.
and I thought you would really.
I don't know how there could be facts about unicorns. They're all made up. But,
Well,
you go ahead.
No, these are facts.
Okay, yes. Official unicorn.
This isn't fantasy football. Uh, did you know that a baby unicorns are called sparkles?
That's not true. That is not that is a lie.
Why do you think
Who
that?
calls it a sparkle?
The fact?
That's no, not
You-
I don't know. I've never met a unicorn called a sparkle.
You know how insulted a mame unicorn would be if she was like, "Here's my sparkles,"
off,
and you were like, "I'm not
I don't-
calling your baby."
I'm not, this sparkle rainbow unicorn narrative. I don't follow. Unicorns are like forest warriors.
What do you got against rainbows?
Nothing against it, but like everyone's like, My Little Pony. This is My Little Pony unicorns.
Pony's not a unicorn.
They're called unicorns.
No, gingers are unicorns.
All right, just table your ginger facts for another day.
I love
all right?
gingers.
You know what? You're gonna rub your
One
little
in a
belly.
million,
You know
dime in a
what?
dozen.
I'm glad you're not talking about turtles.
What I
That's
could
not
do
very
with that fire bush of love. Official animal of Scotland is a unicorn.
That's yes.
Go on.
Yeah, you know,
Rant on
I
it.
knew I liked Braveheart for a reason.
That has nothing to do with Braveheart.
He was Scottish.
Yeah, but he wouldn't ride in a unicorn.
I mean,
You yourself said it was a fake animal.
maybe it's real.
No, but that's what I'm saying. How can Scotland have a fake animal as its animal?
Well, maybe it was real back in the day.
It's history, like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I like how Scotland uses their imagination.
Unicorn. Did you know? Unicorns eat rainbows.
That's not a fact.
It's a fact.
You can't even. How can you eat a rainbow?
I don't know. How can you be a unicorn? All right.
All right.
I'll move on from unicorns. But
I mean, you're treading lightly with these facts right now. You're throwing around the word fact a little loosely.
I don't think so.
How could you eat a rainbow, Franklin? Doesn't even make sense.
What you like that? It's like eating air. How do you eat air?
You don't eat air. You breathe air.
I eat it.
All right.
7 people hold the key to the World Wide Web internet security. How do you feel about that?
Who are those 7 people? What does that even mean?
I don't know. I read it. 7 people hold the key to lock all the security for the internet. And nobody knows who they are.
That sounds scary, honestly.
Well, it's connected to that fact that starfish have no brains. That's a fact.
You think they hold the keys to the dark web too?
That's what I was wondering. These were all connected questions.
There's something here, Franklin. There's something here, and I don't like it. Something nefarious.
So, the human eye can distinguish between 30 shades of gray, but not 50.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that.
But like,
I knew something was off about that movie.
yeah, no, it's like the stink one eye, you know? What?
What?
Stink one? No, okay.
Oh.
That's, so like, do you like space? Like
We talked about space at length.
Oh, it did? Okay. Screw that. Pandas can mate as many as
Wait, what was the question? I like space. I want to know more about space.
Okay. I get back.
Yeah.
I get back.
I mean, we did 20 minutes about how I want to bang aliens an episode ago,
Okay.
so clearly I'm into space.
Well, no, it's if like you have a liquid in space, and a moving liquid in space will immediately turn into a sphere because of surface tension.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Oh, you knew that?
I knew that one, yeah.
You knew that.
I pay attention in class. When it's come to space, I always pay attention.
What class? Is that in
physics and stuff?
I don't think physics.
Yeah, they talk about space and physics.
Physics?
Yeah.
I know.
It's all about going to space physics. That's why you learn to go to space.
What if I told you that fidgeting can burn 350 calories a day?
I would say I would be skinnier because I fidget a lot.
Well, okay.
How much fidgeting you have to do for 350 calories? That's a lot of fidgeting.
I don't know. I heard chewing gum can also kill
I
calories.
mean, everything, just living burns calories.
How do you feel about this? Power makes people care less about each other.
I believe that.
Believe that?
Yeah.
But does it? Because, like, the internet's power, right? That's
And I
connected
care.
people.
People care a lot less about each other since the internet came
Oh,
out.
that's true, yeah. What about electricity?
I feel like people cared more when there wasn't electricity.
What about Superman?
He's the only one who cares.
What about Jesus?
I never met him.
What about The Rock?
Rock's gonna be our president one day. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying it's gonna happen.
You think so?
Yeah.
Can I tell you the longest word before you move on to your next thing?
Yeah.
The longest word is pneumonia ultra macroscopicia covo canea sinosis.
What does that word mean?
Oh, I didn't get that far. What do you think it means?
Say it. Can you say it again, please?
Pneumonia ultra macroscopicia covo canosinosis.
I think it's a lung disease.
Yeah, it's a lung disease.
Sounds like pneumonia.
I think it's a genitalia disease.
Of course you would, Franklin.
Why? Okay.
Of course you would.
The U.S. Secret Service tried to spike Hitler's food with female hormones to feminize him. Go.
Is that Alex Jones say that?
Who
said that?
It's an actual fact. The U.S. government really tried to do this, and I want to know your opinion on it. I have a few opinions of mine.
I mean, apparently they're putting chemicals in the water to make the frogs gay, so it makes sense to me.
You think it makes sense? Here's my thing: is he was already there.
What do you mean?
Everybody knows Hitler was very feminine.
Yeah.
You know what? It's like they were trying to do something he was already doing.
Yeah. He
You
already
know?
had low testosterone, probably.
Yeah. Why? You know?
Yeah.
Uh,
I've seen Ava Braun's panties.
who Penn?
Hitler's wife's panties. I used to have a show at a sex museum in Vegas, and they had a pair of Ava Braun's panties there.
That's wild. You know, I hate to make this a connection segue, but I just found it odd.
Yeah.
You know, I have a Oculus VR,
Yeah.
and I was playing around. I don't use it a lot at all, really. I just try to figure it out, you know. And you've seen it. You've seen it. There's a game, and it's Anne Frank's house. And I'm thinking to myself, now who in their right mind wants to virtually experience what it was like to hide from the Nazis as Anne Frank? And you can do it in VR. Like, what? Who came up with that? Who came up with? And it's a whole thing. You can go through and like, this is where Anne Frank hid. This is where Anne Frank hid again. This is where, like, this is where she ate crackers for a day. Like, what?
You know what? I know someone who worked on a rival Anne Frank VR experience.
A rival? There's a
There's
rival.
two. There's multiple.
There's two.
I'm telling you, my old roommate,
Huh.
he was making a cinematic Anne Frank VR experience. And I remember the other one came out, and he was like, "Man, they're gonna undercut us." there was a rival
What?
Anne Frank experiences.
What?
Why don't I experience that? It's like you're literally in a closet.
Hiding from Nazis.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a game I want to play. All right, go on.
I got a question for you. If you could go back in time and uninvent something, what invention would you erase from history?
I love that question. What would I uninvent?
Yeah.
The ability to give everybody the option to film themselves.
That's good.
I think that should have been taken away immediately.
Yeah.
The moment they figured out, oh, we can give this to everybody, there should be. Guys, hold on a second. We're going to get a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
You know, crazies to Karens with guns, seahorses coming in fish tanks. You never seen that video? Monkeys drinking beer. Yeah, I mean, we don't need that.
Yeah, 2 girls, 1 cup.
What's that one?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm worried about. No, tell me.
It's a gateway. It's like a gateway to the dark web. That's what it is.
What is it? Like a drinking game?
No, it's a. I mean, things were drunk and
Yeah?
eaten. Yeah.
What? You're not gonna? It's too vulgar?
It's a story of 2 women with a drug problem, probably, who had to consume ice cream. And then they released the ice cream.
You know, it's great. You look physically uncomfortable trying to explain this.
Yeah. I have a better question.
All right.
This is actually the good question.
Okay.
If you were guaranteed an honest answer to one question, what would you ask and to whom would you ask it?
Helen Mirren,
Okay.
would you do a 69 with me?
I would ask, did you do it? And I'd ask OJ.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh,
Yeah. We can finally get close.
God, I really wish I thought about that more. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That'd be great just to close that chapter once and for all.
I mean, I think we know he did it, though.
I mean, something happened. Either he did it or his son did it and he just took the rap.
I think I got some good ones here for you.
Yeah. All right. Shoot one for me.
If you could invent a ride at a theme park, what would it be?
If I could invent a ride at a theme park, what would it be?
And, like, what would the theme be? You know, like, what would the ride be and what would its theme be?
I think the theme would be trying to make it in Hollywood. And it'd be just a roller coaster of disappointment. A ride just goes up and down.
Cyrus, you're already in it.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty funny.
Just an amusement park to educate people on how dumb celebrities are. So when you leave, you don't listen to any of their speeches about their Emmy Awards.
What about this one?
Yeah.
What Marvel superhero would you see having the most trouble with being? Like, and of all the Marvel superheroes, which would be the hardest for you to be?
I think Thor would be the most difficult
You're kidding. What now? Why Thor?
because I feel like when I would throw the hammer, when I'd come back, I would hit some people on the way back.
That's the whole point.
No, but like kids. I'd be swinging the thing out there, and I'd call it back, and then boom, just blast an eighth grader right then
I
and
feel
there.
like that does happen.
That's got to happen.
Yeah.
If Thor was really happening.
Well, it makes me think too. You know, I can't get off of the Hulk thing now.
Yeah.
But like, it made me think like, what happens when Hulk farts? Like, why didn't Hulk just let go like a huge fart in that Endgame scene in that big battle? He could have taken out like
They had to nerf the Hulk, or they wouldn't have had any
Yeah.
thing. Do you know what was one of the funniest things in Avengers? Like Age of Ultron was like the worst movie, and I remember
I don't think that.
Of the Avengers movies, I thought Age of Ultron was the worst one.
Okay.
And I remember the dialogue in that was really bad. I remember at one point Scarlett Johansson was like trying to seduce Bruce Banner, and she was like, maybe we could hook up, and he's
Yeah.
like, I'm the Hulk. He's like, well, maybe we could try it. He's like, no. And he just like walked away. I was like, what do you think was gonna happen, Scarlett? He was gonna like become the Hulk and just love you gently?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I think she really liked his ability to change,
Yeah.
and I think deep down, you know, she was dealing with change herself.
I think it's weird how the Hulk doesn't have a wang. I mean,
He
I know why it's
does.
cut out. No, it's not. There's no outline of the wang.
He has a huge.
You know, you would see
When,
it in
when
the
Thor said, "Hulk, throw the hammer down," do you know what he threw down? Dick slap.
You would see the dick print. Those jeans are too
It's
tight.
Marvel.
You would have
It's
to see the dick
PG.
print.
It's not the
Hulk doesn't have a wiener.
they
That's
say.
probably why he's so angry.
You think so?
Yeah, think about all that energy with no wang. I'd be mad too.
You know, you talk about Thor. What if the hammer was a spoon instead of a hammer?
Be more manageable, honestly. Maybe I could be Thor then, because a spoon I think could navigate around those kids' heads, but the hammer is taking them out.
I got one. What do you think they should make a Titanic sequel? And
Yeah.
what would it be called?
Titanic 2, Titanic's Revenge.
I think I would do Titanic Unsunk, or like Titanic Under 25.
Under 25.
Yeah, because of
Leo.
Leo.
Oh, okay, nice.
See what I did there?
I think it would be great if the ship came back to life and just hunted icebergs.
That's funny. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Titanic Revenge.
Titanic, Revenge of the Titanic.
So
This time it's personal.
this no one's getting left behind.
That's a good one.
So one one other thing before you get to your, I just want, I keep, decades now. I don't know what it is. What is a Pokemon? What is
Have you
it?
been living under a rock? Where are you?
I don't know
half
what
the
it is.
time?
And everybody's doing this. They're going playing Pokemon. I go, what are you
Is
doing?
is that card from like 2016?
What?
No one's done that publicly.
What is Pokemon?
Did,
What is Pokemon?
Did you time travel out of 2014 when Pokemon Go came out?
Yeah.
I wrote this.
Yeah. Well, explain it to me. What is it?
It's a game. It's a Japanese game. And it's
Like
like a
anime hentai?
yeah, anime hentai. It was anime. I'm sure there was a hentai version that you could watch, I guess.
But what is a Pokemon?
There's like little monsters that people catch and train.
Pokemon?
No, there's no Pokemon. That's a different game.
There's no poking involved.
I mean, there's maybe animals poking other animals.
Okay, so that's where the Poke comes from.
Yeah, I think poke means ball or something.
Okay.
Pocket, it means pocket. It's pocket monsters or something.
Why don't they call it Pocketmon?
Because it's Japanese, it's called poke there.
Did you ever have a Tamagotchi?
I didn't. Did you?
It was the most intimate relationship I've ever had, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it lasted a long time. I really took care of Shelly.
What happened to Shelly?
She died.
Yeah. Did you send her to a Goodwill?
I buried her.
You gave her a proper burial.
No, yeah, there's a little tombstone. It's probably still on the farm where I live.
If you just put new batteries in, you could have had a new Shelly.
It's hard to find those batteries.
That's true.
They're like the silver thing. It's just like you gotta be a fucking rocket scientist. Yeah, it's like, who's got that? Did you have one?
I have a question for
Okay.
you. This is good. If you could erase one person from history, who would it be and why?
Such a good question. If I
I
could,
put some effort into this week.
yeah, I know.
I really thought this one through.
If you could erase one person from his, well, I guess Hitler.
See, that's the wrong answer. You can't erase Hitler. Let me tell you why.
Okay, tell me
Because
why.
if we don't fight Hitler, Japan, if we don't nuke Japan, we would probably got a nuclear war with Russia. Because we nuke Japan, like, oh, nuclear bombs are bad.
Well, have you ever seen
So we
Man
did-
in the High Castle?
No.
You should watch that because it's kind of like about that.
Yeah.
Or Handmaid's Tale. We're kind of living that, but
Yeah. All
yeah,
right. I mean, not quite, but
yeah.
maybe we'll get there one day.
In some states,
Yeah, depending where you are.
yeah. That's interesting.
You can't. Everyone says you want to kill Hitler. You can't because we would have nuked Russia.
All right, Thanos. That's who I would erase.
That's a good. He's not real, but
Exactly.
that'd be a good one.
So I would have an extra. You know, they'd be like, "You can't use this one." I'd be like, "All right, well, I can think about it a little bit more."
Yeah.
What about you?
I kill Walt Disney.
Why?
I want the Disney adults to suffer.
You what?
I want the Disney adults to suffer.
What do you mean suffer?
You know what Disney adults are?
No.
The adults who go to Disneyland, the really annoying ones.
Yeah.
I don't want them to exist.
Let me ask you a question. What by erasing Walt Disney, how does that fix that problem?
There's no Disneyland for these adults to go to.
Yeah, but then we don't get all the other good stuff.
You know, sometimes, like Thanos says,
It's a compromise.
you gotta. The strongest wills require the biggest sacrifices.
Oh wow. Yeah, I guess that's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of Hitler, Walt Disney also an anti-Semite.
Is that so?
Yeah, raging.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew there was something wrong with Goofy.
Yeah. Him and Ford, too.
If you could change one thing, this is kind of connected.
Yeah.
If you could change one thing about Star Wars, what would it be and why? I have what I want, but I want to hear you first.
Okay. If I could change one thing about Star Wars,
Yeah,
the sequels, all of them, erase them.
all of them.
Yeah.
The prequels and the sequels.
The
And the
prequels-
series?
The prequels are fine.
Prequels are
Just the
fine.
sequels.
Okay. Just the sequels and not the series?
I like the series.
I like the series.
Most of them are fine. I can leave them all in. Some I don't love, but the sequels.
Well, I got a couple here.
Okay. Well, you said one thing, so you can't have a couple technically, but all right.
You're right, but they're connected, sorta. I want to see laser vision. Like you never see laser vision, right? In Star, I would like that added.
Okay.
What I would really like to see is a Yoda Luke buddy comedy movie, Black Bros. You know, like how Bros is out with Judd Apatow. It would be directed by Judd Apatow,
Yeah.
and Yoda and Luke would go on like little adventures, like the Bro movie looks like, you know?
I don't think you could get away with that. I think they call it grooming.
You know, like,
They're not,
Like you, I do.
you know, like,
I think
Big it is. You know, lightsaber I would like to see.
you know,
think-
that would be great.
I think the
Yeah,
age gap.
you know, backpack.
I think the age gap's too big for that. Think that like
What are you talking about?
the
They're
age
both
gap between Yoda.
No, they're
and,
both consenting adults.
I don't know, man. It's pretty big.
And the Force is very powerful. They could be halfway across the galaxy and do things together.
It is a shame that the Jedi can't smash because they probably could use a lot of like amazing Force.
Well, that
Force.
would be changed. And
You think you could like finger girl with the Force,
there would be no fingers involved.
but like the Force touch of like you can just do this from across the room.
Yeah, they're Jedi. They can do anything.
It's a shame they can't bone.
Well, how do
getting
you
like
know that?
Imagine getting a handy from across with someone's mind.
That's how a Padme and a Darth Vader made babies.
That's true. They need to explore that more in the series. Force hand jobs. That's a big plot hole.
I
in the
just
Star Wars
don't know.
universe.
Okay,
Can you
so
imagine that, like a Force handy from across the
wait,
room?
wait. So I had like other. Well, I had some like kind of debate.
Well, we can debate. Oh,
Yeah.
I love a
Do you
debate.
want to debate?
Yeah, let's debate.
You might agree, but we'll see. I cannot stand. You said erase something?
Yeah.
I would erase paper straws.
Oof.
Whoever invented paper straws, they should be dead.
I
They should
agree.
they should line them up right
Yeah.
there. You know,
Yeah.
because plastic straw, you already had it. Plastic straw is great. If I'm sucking on a paper straw, I'm halfway there. The drink's not even done yet, and it's like a soggy penis. It's like a flaccid dick I'm sucking. I want the plastic straw. And
Yeah.
you're gonna say, well, what about the turtles, Franklin? You love the turtles. What about them? I feel bad. I do. But not as you know, sacrifices. You talked
Yeah.
about compromise, and they're like, well, why not like have a steel straw? You ever try to suck a steel?
No one
It's
sucks
like
steel straws.
nobody likes like something hot on a cold rod. Like nobody likes that. You ever suck a cold rod? It's not.
No, I don't. I don't use straws actually.
Well, how do you?
I just drink from the side of the glass.
Like a dirty bitch.
No, like you're the one out
You're-
there sucking like a hoe.
Shut your dirty slut
Sucking my
mouth.
rods in your mouth.
Look at that.
Like
Such a slut mouth.
slobbering all
Only a
the-
slut mouth would
slobbering
say
on the-
something
on the-
dirty,
on the-
dirty
your-
like
your
that.
hot, cold
I
rods.
drink it out of the cup. I don't do so. He's a dirty
Yeah, like
bitch.
a real man.
Dirty bitch.
No, but honestly, like I feel like one private jet flights erases
Look at those
a billion.
dick
sins.
sucking lips. Slut
Dude,
mouth.
what are you doing here? This, this is like an after. Is the Pornhub music gonna start
So
playing in a
you're
second?
on board with that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not even a debate.
Okay. Self checkout or cashier?
I think honestly, if the environment needs to just evolve, I don't really get it.
yeah, evolve.
evolve.
Turtles, get with it.
Yeah, figure it out. Like how many straws you have to how many of your homies need to die from a straw before you figure out not to eat them?
Yeah.
If I saw you eat a straw and then it was sticking out your nose, I would be like,
why not an edible straw? Like a red vine, make that a whole thing.
those are red vines, licorice. Come on now. That was like a candy before fun was made. That was good. I don't think everything was still black and white when they thought that was tasted good.
You're a miserable human being.
Who likes licorice, dog?
What about a self checkout or going through cashier?
I want to go through the cashiers. I do, but it's just too long a line. And I have to go to the self checkout.
But if you could pick, which would you like?
I don't like robots, so
Really?
I don't trust them.
You would pick a cashier over a robot?
Yeah. Why? So this robot can take my job in the future?
Yeah, but you know what the cashier always does? How are you?
You know what the robot's gonna do?
What?
Imprison you and all your loved ones
No,
one day.
it doesn't ask me anything. It goes,
Today.
no, it just announces to everybody what I'm buying, which can be quite embarrassing. But
Yeah.
like, it's like preparation H. And I'm like, oh, God, that's
You know what's gonna happen when the robots get smarter? They're gonna announce what gulag for you to go to, once they empower you. That's what's gonna happen.
I don't think that's going to
That's
happen.
how it begins.
That's not how it
Dun,
begins.
dun, 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 dun,
That's how
That's
it
how it
ends.
starts.
That's how it
It
ends.
starts and ends. But it begins with the self checkout line.
What's your favorite flavor of the new candy? talk about Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin, the new candy.
Yeah, do you like it? What flavor do you like of the Bitcoin?
It's like it's not real. There's no flavors to it.
But I see everybody investing in it.
Yeah, it's like a stock. It's not like a candy.
It's not like the gelt you get for Hanukkah and stuff.
Honestly, the gelt you get might be worth more than Bitcoin right now. It might be a better. It might have been a better investment than Bitcoin. Let me tell you. If I put all my money in gelt, like I did it, if I put the money in gelt that I put in Bitcoin, it would probably be worth the same. I have a question for you. This is a debate, actually. This is a great debate question. How would you stop the war in Ukraine? I'll tell you what I'll do. The war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I would do. I would send Dennis Rodman over as a diplomat to Vladimir Putin. And I think he'd be able to smooth things over.
I think you already tried that, didn't it?
No, they did with North Korea. And North Korea's been chill ever since Rodman went there. Imagine a weekend. Rodman, Putin, he's talking about like the Bulls run in the 90s. You know, they're smoking cigars. The Ukrainian guy, whatever his name is, he's there too. You know what? They're talking sports.
I'll tell you how I would do it. I have the answer.
Yeah.
I would make everybody star in a Tom Cruise movie.
Everybody stars in the time.
Everybody has to start. And I'll tell you why. Because on the set of Maverick, Tom Cruise is said he worked everybody so hard. And he made this speech and he said, suffering brings people together. And I said, get Ukraine and Russia to be in a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, and they're all the same. They're all on Tom Cruise's team.
And they'll bring them together.
You know what? Next Mission Impossible movie, it'd be like Tom Cruise, Vladimir Putin, and then who's the Russian guy? Zelensky?
He's a comedian, actually.
Yeah, he's a comedian. That'd be perfect. They could
We
all
could
be a
get
team
him on our
together.
podcast.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
They could be a team together. How could they be enemies after all that?
No,
Just
they
shooting
couldn't because Tom Cruise wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
He demands absolute, excellence.
Yeah. I think you're onto something.
Speaking of nothing, scientists supercharged human muscle cells with bear serum. Did you ever hear about that?
What is bear serum?
That's what I wanted to know. They're just injecting people with bear serum.
What is that? What does that mean, bear
Meanwhile,
serum?
they can't cure cancer.
I mean, and normally I'd be upset, but I'm intrigued by bear serum.
What?
Where can I get some bear serum?
Like, what do you think?
What is bear serum?
Yeah,
Is
what
this-
do you
is
think
this-
that does?
Is this bear
Like,
nut?
do you think you become a bear?
Is this bear jizz?
Do you get more hair? Do you
I
grow
don't
fangs?
I want the spirit of the bear. How many bears do you have to
How
kill
many-
to get bear serum?
I hope they're not killing the bears to do that. Well, here's something like, do you believe in belief?
I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah, what made you on the fence about it?
I mean, I believed about some things that didn't come true.
Yeah,
So now I don't know what to believe.
yeah. Did we talk about NASA sending nudes into space?
Did they do that for real?
They sent nudes into space just so aliens knew what we looked like naked. I'm wondering what nudes did they send? Adam Levine?
I hope not his nudes.
Yeah. Did you hear about him?
No, I heard about Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him from Maroon 5.
Oh, you're a big Maroon 5 fan?
No. I never even listened to a song.
Have you seen his text?
No.
He has zero game. It's like the worst game. He told a girl he wanted to buy her ass a steak. Doesn't even make sense.
Well, I would buy a girl a steak.
Well, her ass, the steak.
Wasn't that kind of offensive?
Offended that girl. Someone taking a shower upstairs? What the hell?
Here at CBS Studios. What video game would you make that doesn't exist?
Any video game. I would call this game. I will make it a VR game, and it would be successful comedian. It'd be the day in the life of a successful comedian. That's what I would do. That sounds like a lovely game.
You know, not everything has to be a biography.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
A witch's spell has turned you into an inanimate, non-electric object. To break the spell, you need to get 100 people to touch you. what object would you be?
I kind of. That's a long one. Can you break it
Basically,
down?
a
Treat me like
witch turns you into an inanimate object,
like what's that?
and like a thing with no life, like a tool, like a stool or something.
Okay, a stool.
And 100 people have to touch you for
So
you to become
100
real again. What would you be?
Well, I mean, if I'm a stool, 100 people just gonna sit on me.
Yeah,
So it's already fit.
yeah.
That's kind of a dumb question because it's like whatever she turns you into, people are gonna like it. If she turned me into a stool, obviously, I'll
You
be.
want 100 butts in your head, in your face?
I mean, would I know that? Would I be conscious?
I think you would be.
Well, what would you be?
Your mom's dildo. Hello. That one wasn't very good, honestly.
Oh, wind
I was,
doesn't.
I was ashamed of that one.
Well, I'm just glad you did that because did you know wind doesn't make a sound until it blows against an object? That object being my dick and the wind being your mama.
Nice. That was good.
See what I did there?
Yeah,
I took your mom joke and made it better.
yeah. I took the show here, and now you took it down to here.
No,
We're-
I
we're,
elevated it.
we're in a race to the bottom right now, and no one's winning.
Oh, wait. Well, I have another one. It is illegal to take roadkill found on the side of the road and prepare it to eat.
I mean, just at some point we have to let the people find ways to off themselves. If you want to eat roadkill and die, just let the people do it.
Yeah?
I mean, I thought we were in a free country. Well, why does the government get involved with this?
Did you know hating animals is against the law only on Sundays in Virginia, unless they are raccoons?
That feels racially motivated. that feels racially
Well,
motivated.
why? What's a raccoon? Why does he get free pass? You see these idiots with raccoons as pets?
Yeah.
Yeah, and ducks and stuff. What are
yeah.
you doing?
Some lady took a raccoon to a bar in Nebraska.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
You told me about
We
that.
talked about last week. Yeah.
I can't. I just.
This ties in. This is a good tie-in.
I feel like I'm repeating last week.
No, this was a good
It's a
one.
good as a callback.
I like this. Yeah. I just
Do you have any hypotheticals you want to end on, or
think
anything
we're good.
about Star Wars, Marvel, animes, blow pops, starfish, dark web? Rabbits can smell dead relatives in the poop of their
What?
predators. Huh?
rabbits and smell dead predators.
Rabbits can smell dead relatives in the poop of their predators.
I feel like God hates rabbits. Why would you? Why would that do it to any human being anything they love?
If you could smell the
What a nightmare! Could you imagine that kind of horrors? Like, oh, that turd, that's my Uncle Bill.
well, yeah, I feel like I have the same power.
Well, God hates you too. And on that note,
What's your dating life like?
it's actually been going pretty well recently.
Yeah, like what's, and then we'll end, I guess, because we're out of time. So tell me about your dating experience real quick, and I'll tell you if I approve of it.
There's nothing. I'm dating some. I went on some dates with some girls. It seems to be going pretty well. I don't think we have enough time. We have like a minute left.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sum it up then.
This has been the Franklin and Cyrus podcast. Probably one of the greatest podcasts on the internet right now.
Oh, I don't
Thank you for watching.
know about that. I don't listen to podcasts, so I guess I'd agree with
So,
that.
yeah, so it's the best podcast you've ever heard.
Definitely. I really don't listen to any of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on Instagram, TikTok, the
Yeah.
Franklin Cyrus Pod cast.
Yeah.
We're on Spotify,
Apple.
anywhere, anything that is podcast related. We're there.
Yeah, and follow us, but like not on the street, because that's creepy.
I wouldn't mind.
Like following us and going, hey, I'm following you, and not following on the social medias. It's weird.
If you follow us on social media, you can't follow us at a safe distance in real life.
No,